Hi, it's Grammy from Grammy and Grandpa Read, and today I have a story for you called The Story of the Noodles, and it is written by Ying Chang Compenstine and illustrated by YongSheng Xuan. Stop playing with your food, boys, scolded Mama Kang. Remember, a farmer had to sweat for every grain of rice. Pick them all up, one by one. The three Kang boys, Pan, Ting, and Kwai, picked up the rice on the floor. Then they started cleaning up one another. Ho, Pan, Ting said, you have rice in your hair. Oh, ho, Ting, Pan answered, you have rice in your ears. Oh, ho, ho, Ting and Pan, Kwai laughed, you have rice in your toes. They were still picking up the last few grains when Mama said, it's time to get ready for bed. When they were lying down, Kwai said to his brothers, it takes so long to pick up all that rice. We have no time to play. I wish we didn't eat rice every day, said Ting. What else can we do? Asked Pan. It's what everyone in China eats. A few days later, Mama announced, boys, I need your help for the annual cooking contest. Maybe your dumplings will win again, said Ting. Maybe Aunt Lee's dumplings will win this year, said Pan. We'd better come up with something new, said Kwai. But your mother makes the best dumplings, said Papa, and this year we're going to make the best ones ever, said Mama. Early the next morning, Mama called to her family, let's get ready for the contest. Pan grind some wheat in the stone grinder. Papa started the fire. Ting, get some water from the well. Kwai, where is Kwai? He went to feed the pigs, Mama, answered Ting. The rest of the family pitched in to make the dumplings. Suddenly, Kwai ran into the house. Mama and Papa, I can't find the black pig. Mama, we'd better find our pig before it gets into the neighbor's field, said Papa. Ay-yo, what am I going to do with my dumplings? Mama asked. You boys stay here. Roll the dumpling wrappers one at a time. Make sure they are all the same size. Papa dragged Mama out the door. Let's press the dough into a big circle, then cut it with teacups, suggested Kwai. They'll all be the same size, but Mama doesn't do it that way, Pan said. We can save time if we do it Kwai's way, said Ting. They lifted the top of the stone grinder and placed it on the dough. Kwai jumped on top of the grinder and he called to his brothers, come on, get on top. We need enough weight to flatten the dough. Ting and Pan climbed on. Boom, 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 the table legs broke. The boys, the grinder, the dough, the filling, the table flew to the floor. I hurt my bottom, yelled Ting. Now we're going to be in big trouble, cried Pan. Come on, no time to whine. Let's figure out something before Mama and Papa get back, Kwai argued. Soon Mama and Papa returned with the pig. They were surprised by what they saw. Ay-yo! What happened to my dumplings and my table? Mama cried. All the dumpling dough was cut into long strips. Some strips were cooking in boiling water, and some were lying on the broken table. They were stuck on the wall and the ceiling and the furniture, and the boys were gathered around, eating and slurping. You are all in big trouble, yelled Papa. Don't be upset, Mama. We invented a new dish. Let me show you how to eat it. Pan rolled some of the long strips around the tip of his chopstick and stuffed them into his mouth. He said, this is called eating a drumstick. No, watch me. Ting placed one of the long strips in his mouth and sucked it up with a big slurping noise. He said, this is called sucking a worm. But I know the best way, Mama and Papa. Kwai stuffed a long strip into his mouth and bit it off with his teeth. This is called cutting the grass. Papa tried not to laugh, but Mama wasn't laughing. Now we have no time to make more dumplings, and you broke my table too, Kwai interrupted. We can bring our strips into the contest. Yes, yes, cried Ting and Pan. Mama, I think that is all we can do. We don't have much time left, said Papa. Mama sighed. All right. To carry all the cooked strips, the King family used the biggest container they had, a huge new flower pot. Together they hauled it to the contest. Everybody cheered when they arrived. Oh, the King family! Did you bring special dumplings? We can't wait to taste them. Sorry, we didn't make dumplings this year, Mama answered sadly. Good for me, said Aunt Lee. She handed her dumplings to the 3 judges, the scholar, the king's chef, and the matchmaker. Han are delicious, praised the judges. Aunt Lee smiled from ear to ear. The judges tried many other dishes, but nothing tasted as good as Aunt Lee's dumplings. Finally, the scholars called the kings. The King family carried the big pot to the table, and the whole village crowded around. What is this? How do you eat it? Mama turned to her boys. You invented this dish, you tell the judges. The 3 boys lined up in front of the judges and gave a perfect bow. Kwai said, this dish is strips made from dumpling dough. Can you show us how to eat the strips? Asked the matchmaker. Each boy gripped a pair of chopsticks and lined up to the pot. This is called eating a drumstick. Pan wound the strips around his chopsticks and stuffed them into his mouth. This is called sucking a worm. Ting sucked in one big slurping noise. This is called cutting the grass. Kwai bit off the strips with his teeth. All the children pushed closer. Let me try it. Let me try it. Quiet, quiet, the judges silenced the crowd. Why did you invent this new dish? Asked the chef. We wanted food that was easier to clean up after food fights, answered Kwai. The scholar tried eating a drumstick. The chef tried sucking a worm. The matchmaker tried cutting the grass. The judges gathered together and talked quietly. The crowd whispered. They didn't say a thing after tasting the long strips. They liked Aunt Lee's dumplings the best. Aunt Lee walked around the prize. It was covered by the large piece of red silk. She tried to figure out what the emperor had sent for the winner. A long time seemed to pass. Finally, the scholar stood up and asked, do these long strips have a name? The Kwong family all looked at Kwai. Kwai answered, since the strips are made of flour, we should call them flour strips. Good idea. Not only do they taste wonderful, but they are unusual and simple to make. I will present them to the emperor, said the chef. Aunt Lee's dumplings are delicious, but the emperor has already eaten many kinds of dumplings, said the scholar. The matchmaker removed the silk from the prize and announced, the emperor sent his best cooking table for the winner, the King family. The crowd cheered. Mama hugged the 3 boys. Papa bowed to the judges and the crowd. Thank you, thank you. The children gathered around the pot and tried eating a drumstick, sucking a worm, and cutting the grass. Before long, people were eating flour strips in every part of China. From there, the flour strips spread to other countries, including America, where they are called noodles. As the King family, sometimes they ate rice, other times they ate noodles. When the boys ate rice, they no longer threw it all at one another. But when they ate noodles, boom! So I guess that means they'd had food fights with the noodles. There's also a recipe for the noodles, and I like this book. I think that's a fun story about the noodles and how they were invented. I hope you like this book. Please subscribe to our channel and like the video.